Agrobacterium to be efficient natural genetic engineering of plants. Transformation DNA place introduced into host bacteria. Cloning into vector. Cloning in vector. Origin of replication selectable marker. Cloning sites. Gene gun 1 to 2, then again in first organism. Cloning vector. Bacteriophage. Ti plasmid PBR3222 grow in peroxisomes of an antibiotics plasmid in bacteria eukaryotes gene is not equals to function properly when cloned into bacteria. Inability of a bacteria to exercise introns. Gene set cloned, gene isolation and copied. Gene amplification may copy of gene process. Genetic Engineering Approval Committee. Biopiracy, bioresources, traditional knowledge, neem, turmeric. Genetic engineering possible, restriction. Endonuclease, purification from bacteria, can be used in vitro. Marsh and saline lake, pneumatophore, unicellular hairs, root differ stem. Elongation region, root length, support to big trees, prop root banyan, potato analogous by sweet potato, axillary bud, leaf, celia, china rose, calotropis and nerium, alternate opposite pole phyllotaxy. Cross pollination, inflorescence, cucumber, unisexual flower, bisexual, both endoecium gynoecium present. Position of gynoecium and floral formula not by flora diagram. Bracteates, dower fertilization, characteristics of flowering plants. Thalamus, base of flower, tulip, modified shoot, hypogynous flower, superior ovary, imbricate without any specific direction overlap. Staminode, sterile stamen, epiphyllus is not equals to ब्रिंजाल क्योंकि वो हाइपोफाइलस होगा. मोनोडेल्फस इज नॉट पी क्योंकि पी इज डाइडेल्फस. Salvinia tulsi, diademus diademus, too long, too short stamens. Mustard, tetradynamous condition, too short, 4 long stamens. Free central placentation, multicarpellary, syncarpus, unilocular ovary, column. Free central placentation, dianthus. Radium pumule, embryological access in dicot seed. Coconut, cereals, maize do not endosperm seed in major condition. Orchids, monocotyledons, non-endospermic seeds. Longitudinal verticals, manner of insertion of parts in different floors. Gamosepalus, K in bracket. Fabaceae, taproot, comb leaves, compound leaves, raceme inflorescences, 10 stamens, 9 fused, 1 separate. Intro basifixed dicot, monocarpellary, superior ovary, but stamina not equals to actinomorphic, twisted. Solanaceae, persistent calyx family, tomato, potato, common character, diadelphus, monodelphus, endoecium, papilini, malvaceae. Synedrous epipetalous stamens, angiospermic family, Solanaceae. Liliaceae, syncarpus, hypogynous, trilocary, ovule with exile placentation. Estivation placentation, floral diagram is not by floral formula. Estivation and placentation. Floral diagram but not flora formula. Estivation. Estivation क्या है इसका? Estivation. China rose. Actinomorphic hypogynous with twisted estivation. Monodiphus and monothecous androecium like hibiscus. Retrovirus RNA genetic material. Nucleotides, sugar molecule plus phosphate plus heterocyclic base. Phosphodiester bond, nucleotide linked by nucleotide. Phosphodiester. 1953 Watson and Crick model of DNA. Central dogma DNA, mRNA, protein. DNA radioactive occurs in Hershey and Chase. DNA is basic genetic material. Viral infecting agent is DNA. Hershey and Chase. DNA is genetically modified. F. Michener named it nuclein, acidic nature. One origin of replication, bacterial chromosomes. RNA polymerase second, eukaryotes mRNA in synthesized with aid of split genes, genes whose entire sequence are not retained in mature RNA. Binding of RNA molecule polymers promoter allows exons, coding sequence as split genes. During transcription, get paired with nucleotides. CUA paired diagram. Promoter transcription RNA polymerase attached to. Transcription RNA polymerase attached to RNA into proteins. Genetic curls begins. Frame shift mutation, introduction of amino acids, not group of 3 ribonucleic 23 codon is codon. Anticodon, site of tRNA binds to mRNA. mRNA triple codon refers to sequence of 3 base codon. Functional unit of gene is equals to synthesis of a polypeptide. Codon. mRNA, direct building of proton by sequential thought. Genetic code, triple nearly universal, non-ambiguous and degenerate. Functionalness. During elongation, polypeptide chain sigma factor is peptidal transferase reductase is not consume high energy phosphate. Translation is not concerned with the genetic recombinants in bacteria. Inducible operon, lack operon. Promoter gene RNA polymerase binds into operin model. Inhibit transcription of mRNA. Regulation genes contract chemical synthesis by operator gene, one of the transcription of a structural gene. Inhibitor. Regulator gene function as lactose, Escherichia coli is induced by. Overlapping is not applicable in respect to genetic code. Satellite DNA occurs as a high repeating short DNA sequence DNA fingerprinting. Number of mini satellites of chromosomes unique DNA fingerprints as individual differences. Complex IV reduction O2 alpha keto condition link between TCA and endometabolism. 12. Reduction coenzyme produced in 3 turns of Krebs cycle. 5 O2 for complete oxidation of one molecule pyruvate. 5 O2 for complete oxidation of 1 mole of pyruvate. 16 ATP from 1 molecule of 3 phosphoglyceride in complex acid. Succinic dehydrogenase complex TCA in ETS. Proton motive force H plus pumped into intermembrane space from mitochondria matrix. 15 1 mole pyruvate mitochondria represents genetic 15 ATP. Alcohol of CO2 incomplete before seen and aerobic respiration. Oxidative decarboxylation pyruvic acid during aerobic respiration. More than 100% hyperlegon salinity. 3% Arabic. क्या लिखा है 3%? ग्राफिक होगा यार 3% Arabic ये क्या है? Calcium, magnesium, phosphorus is a cycle distributed by inactive immobile respiration of earth. Local biological cycle. Phosphate being absorbed from soil by a complete decomposer. O2 is consumed in CO2 in ETC release. Less than 50% par is insect solar radiation. Hydrosphere main reservoir of carbon. 49% of dry carbon organism weight. Edward Wilson terms biodiversity. Bioprospecting, molecular, genetic and genetic specific diversity for economic importance. Temperature and humidity, biodiversity rich in tropical region, birds matrix of 6th mass extinction species, 12th bird species, worldwide extinction threat. Natality not character of community. S equals to C A Z, C e की power Z.